Whenever you are ready to begin, we are going to get started laying completely down on our mats, flat back in our relaxation pose. So, assuming that position now, taking ourselves down. Now, as we settle onto our mat, finding our relaxation pose, most of us will come into Shavasana, legs extended, arms out by our sides with our palms raised up towards the sky. I want us to acknowledge any noises that we're hearing in our environment. Notice the sound of the music playing, the temperature of the space that we're in, and how our body feels resting down on the ground, connecting both shoulders, both hips into the floor, surrendering our body into the mat. And as we continue taking these checks and moving through any fidgets that are necessary, let's grant ourselves permission to really immerse ourselves into our practice today. Enjoying the movement, taking pause or changing the pose whenever we need to, really listening to our body. And as we continue to lay here, I'll ask that we now draw our attention into our breathing. Taking a more complete inhale, followed by a full exhale. Allowing the belly to rise and fall with each breath we take. And on our next inhale, we'll reach our arms long up over our head, taking a big stretch. Noticing any stretch through the shoulders, the back, the ribs. Becoming more aware of how our body is working today. Now let's release our arms. Go ahead and gather our knees into our chest. We'll give ourselves a beautiful hug. And as we pull the legs in towards the body, we'll go ahead and roll through the ankles, working through the feet, toes, releasing any cricks and cracks, encouraging blood flow and circulation. And gently start swaying or rocking right to left. Little movement through the hips. Filling our movement, holding the leg nice and close. We'll keep a hold of the right knee as we lower the left leg all the way down into the ground, gently drawing that right knee open and out towards our right shoulder. Checking in with the shoulders now that we're talking about them. Are they still able to rest comfortably into the floor? We'll cross the knee over towards the left shoulder now. A gentle pull, noticing any sensation in and out through that right hip. Coming through the middle and releasing all the way down. When you're ready, go ahead and take that left leg up into the chest, opening the knee out towards the left shoulder, firmly pressing the right leg down into the ground if it's comfortable to do so. Keeping our breathing even. And we'll cross that knee over towards the right shoulder. Still pulling thigh towards belly. And then releasing the leg through the middle and all the way down. Let's plant our feet flat on the ground, arms by our sides, coming into those glute bridges. Roll the shoulders into the mat, engaging through abdominal muscles. We inhale, lift our hips up towards the sky. Exhale, slowly rolling down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, lifting the hips up. Exhale, slow lower. Inhale, lifting the hips up, engaging our core, stretching front of hips. Exhale, lowering down. Great control with the glutes. One more time. Inhale, lifting up through the hips. And exhale, slowly lowering down. Very nice. Taking hands to side of head. Gently tuck the chin as we lift the head up with an inhale. And exhale, slowly lower, coming into those abdominal crunches. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We have two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Taking our arms down by our side. And now finishing this supine mat work with our back on the floor, off with our figure four pose. We'll cross our right ankle over the left thigh, ensuring that hips are not rocking, and then we can gently press that knee open and away from the face. If anyone needs a little bit more right now, we can thread the hands under the left thigh, picking the foot up off the floor. Let's try to stay relaxed through the shoulders as best we can. One more inhale. And exhale, release both feet down. We'll cross that left ankle over when we're ready. We can press the knee away. Or if anyone's needing a little bit more right now, we can thread the hands under. And release both feet down. Take our time as we gently roll ourselves over, and we'll make our way all the way up onto hands and knees, assuming our tabletop position. Now, let's make sure we're comfortable here with hands coming directly underneath our shoulders, knees underneath hips, pulling our bellies in nice and strong as we flatten out our backs, taking spinal balance, extending our right arm forward with thumb towards the sky, left heel back. And lower that down. We'll move with our breath, inhaling left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right. Exhale, checking in with our balance. Inhale, left. Exhale. Now in this one, we're adding in the songbird. Inhale, right arm, left leg, hold it. Now exhale, elbow to knee underneath. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Last time, we inhale, extend out, and release the hand and the knee. Inhale, lifting left arm, right leg, preparing for songbird. We exhale, crunch under. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. One more. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen, and release down. Holding it here, taking some cats and cows. We start by looking forward. Big inhale. Now exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back up to cat. Inhale, open into cow. Exhale, round up to cat. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. We'll go through one more cycle. Inhale, open. Exhale, round up all the way. And press back into child's pose. Allowing our hips to come down as low as is comfortable. We can extend the arms and relax the forehead. I invite you to make this pose your own. If you need to separate the legs, if we need to curl our toes, keep our hips lifted, Really enjoy the stretch. We'll prepare for our modified flow series. Inhaling forward into a kneeling plank. Exhale, lower into a hover position. Inhale, press straight up. That's our push-up. Exhale, push back into child's pose. We'll do that a few more times. Inhaling forward, kneeling plank. Exhale, hover into baby crocodile. Inhale, pressing straight up into kneeling plank. Exhale, push back into child's pose. 2 more times. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower, elbows trying to brush ribs. Inhale, press straight up, keeping backs flat. Exhale, push back into child's. Last time. Inhaling forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press straight up. Exhale, press back. Now from here, we'll come up into our tabletop position and then curl our toes underneath of us as we walk our hands up our thighs. Now I understand that coming onto the knees is not always comfortable for everyone, so hopefully by curling the toes, we're okay. If you need any more, please feel free to triple, double up your mat as a little bit of cushion. We won't be here for long. We're doing one pose, which is called the camel. So just like a camel has the nice big hump on the back, we want to do that with our back. What I love about setting this pose up by stacking hips on top of knees is that we can see that we're not allowed to press our hips back forward. We're keeping the hips stacked directly on top of our knees. We'll make our fists and press them into the lower back, just above where the muscles of the glutes would start, squeezing the elbows together. Now really notice that as you squeeze the elbows together, your chest puffs up, but your belly stays nice and tight, hips stay stacked on knees. Now as we do this, I want us to try to lift the chest even more, and now look up to the sky. Taking that back arch, we can hold it here. If anyone needs any more from your camel, you can reach your hands back towards your heels. Again, we're leaving our hips stacked above our knees, and we can look up to the sky. So whether our hands are supported on the lower backs or on our feet, we're going to take 2 more big breaths. And then slowly, with control, work our way through neutral, and then taking a child's pose. Noticing any extra sensation that we may have just built through those lower backs. And we'll take a big breath. And on our next cycle, let's curl the toes, lift the hips up, finding downward facing dog. Lifting those hips up nice and high. Let's start to walk through the feet, toe to heel, pedaling the feet in that down dog position. Notice how this feels through the ankles, the feet, the calves in particular. And now keeping our feet roughly hips width distance apart from one another, we'll look at the feet and drop the heels down as close to the floor as we can get them. Sometimes they touch, sometimes they're far away. Just notice how that feels today for you. And then press away from your hands a little bit more as we allow the chest to peek through the shoulders back towards the knees. And shake our head no, loosening up that neck. Go ahead and nod the head yes. Now let's reach forward through plank position. Back is parallel to the floor. Whether the knees stay lifted or we test them and bring them down to the ground, we can chaturanga, that slow lower all the way with the body to the mat. Now inhale, cobra stretch, lift tall, whether it's modified or full. And then we press back into down dog. And we'll be doing that 1 more time. Inhaling forward into our plank, whether it's full or kneeling. Slow lower, chaturanga to the mat. Inhale, cobra stretch, lift up. And exhale, press back, down dog or child's pose. From here, I want us to walk our hands and feet all the way together at the top of our mat. Coming halfway up to monkey. Pressing hands against shins or thighs, bringing backs parallel to the floor. Activating our upper back muscles by pulling the shoulder blades together in the back. And now transferring into chair, sitting those hips down towards the heels, reaching those arms forward, drawing the shoulder blades in, the belly's nice and tight. Now big inhale, lift tall. And exhale, release. Amazing. At this point, if anyone needs a quick drink of water, please feel free to grab that now. And then we'll move our way into our first flow series standing. When you're ready, meeting at the very top of our mat in Tadasana. Feet are roughly hips-width distance apart. Let's roll those shoulders down our backs, palms facing forward. Soft knees, tall through the crown of our head. Take an inhale, lifting the arms all the way up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Now softening the knees, stepping back into tabletop or plank position. And we'll press all the way back into down dog or child. Inhaling forward into plank, repeating that flow. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra stretch, lift off. Exhale, pressing back down dog or child's pose. Inhale, step or walk our feet all the way up between our hands. Come halfway up to monkey. Correct for posture. Softening our knees, inhale, reverse swan dive, lift up. Exhale, sweep, sitting into chair. We'll do that flow one more time. Inhale, lift up. Now exhale, swan dive, hinging at the hips into forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to monkey. Exhale, forward fold, softening our knees and stepping back through tabletop or plank. Press all the way back into down dog or child's pose. Taking that vinyasa flow, inhaling forward through plank position. Exhale, chaturanga, control that lower. Inhale, lift up through cobra. Exhale, press back, down dog or child's pose. Inhale, step or walk the feet all the way up between our hands. Take as many steps as you need, coming halfway up to monkey. Softening those knees, inhale, reverse swan dive, lift tall. Exhale, sweep, sitting through chair. Now inhale, lift up. And exhale, release, holding Tadasana. From here, keeping our right foot at the top of our mat, we'll step our left foot behind us through warrior one. Planting the feet completely on the floor, bending forward into our right knee. Let's reach our arms up, facing that top edge of our mat, drawing our shoulders down our backs, pulling our bellies in so strong. And now the challenge is deciding if we'd like to look off, finding a spot to stare at to find focus, or if we'd prefer to close our eyes and internalize the practice for a moment. Enjoying warrior one as our feet fidget, trying to find their ground, feeling secure, strong, stable through those legs. Taking our last big inhale in warrior one. And we exhale, open to warrior two. Turning to that long edge of your mat. Body faces sideways as we look over that right hand. Shoulders stacked directly on top of hips. Press away from that left edge of your foot as we bend forward deeper into our right knee. Feeling very open across our hips. Continuing to hold warrior two, we flip our right hand up, finding reverse warrior. One of my favorite warrior poses as we lengthen our lateral extension, stretching from hip up through arm. Continuing to bend forward into that right knee, opening up through the hips and shoulders. One more inhale. Exhale, finding that warrior two. Now I'll ask that we straighten out our legs, getting ready for triangle. Reaching forward with that right hand. As soon as we feel a little bit of a stretch, we're going to drop the hand towards our shin or our thigh. Bring that left hand up to the sky. Now, whether you look up to your hand, center, or down to your foot, it doesn't matter, whichever helps you with your balance. And if you'd prefer to bend that right knee, that's okay too. Holding triangle. If we've got our legs straight and our arm up to the sky, we're making those 3 points. And tracing those 3 points, you would trace the outline of triangle. Trying to keep your shoulders stacked. Imagining there's a wall behind us. Shoulders and hips touch that wall. Now taking that last big inhale, lifting up nice and tall. Exhale, softening the knee as we spiral down. Control that slow waterfall to the floor. Stepping back through plank or tabletop. And we push back into down dog or child's pose. Now at this point, I'll invite you to choose to stay in our stretch and hold it. Or you can choose to work with me, in which case we'll take our flow series 2 times. All right, so if you're flowing with me, we inhale forward through plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, lift up. Exhale, press back into down dog or child. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, press back. Now all together, wherever we are, we walk our feet all the way up between our hands. Coming halfway up into that monkey pose, flattening out our back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Softening our knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, lift tall. And exhale, sweep sitting through chair. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, release. Stepping right foot back, keeping our left foot planted at the top of our mat into warrior one. Hips and shoulders square to that front foot. As we bend forward into the left knee, we secure that right heel on the floor, reach our arms up so tall. For anyone interested in making this a little bit smaller, we find heart center instead. Pull the bellies in and see if you'd like to look off in space or close our eyes. Notice our balance, our stability, making any adjustments we need to, as many times as we need to. And take those slow, deep breaths. One more inhale. And exhale, open up to warrior two. We're bending into our left knee, roll those shoulders down, keep our hips facing the side, spread out our toes. Just like we spread out our fingers with intention and energy, we want to do the same with our toes. Feeling open across pelvis and shoulders, preparing for our reverse warrior. Take your front left hand and lift it up to the sky. Ever so light with that back hand as we bend forward into our knee still. Keep that arm lifting up nice and high. Good. Notice your side stretch. Enjoy how this feels. And holding our head wherever it's comfortable. Trying to maintain long neck, but turning our gaze into whatever way it feels good today. Staying low through the hips. We take one more big inhale. Exhale, warrior two. And we'll do our other pose now, finding that triangle, straightening out our legs, reaching forward, and hinging at the hips. Connecting your hand up to the sky, and then the other one either down to your shin or your thigh. Connecting those 3 points with your triangle. Nice big stretch here. Oh, those look great. There you go, good. Almost there, everybody. Take one more big inhale, lift up. Now exhale, slowly softening the knee and spiral down all the way through lunge into tabletop or plank, coming down into down dog or child's pose. Now you can stay and hold your stretch, or you can join me in our flow series, which we will do 2 more times. Inhaling forward through plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, lift up. Exhale, press back, down dog or child. Inhaling forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press back. Softening our knees as we all together walk our hands and feet up at the top of our mat, coming halfway up to monkey. Now, when we're ready, let's bend the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to prayer. Exhale, sweep, sitting down through chair. Inhale, lift. And exhale, relax. Amazing. I'll invite everyone to grab a quick drink again if you need one, or readjust, taking any fidget. As we prepare for standing balance. Now we will begin with our standing pigeon or figure 4. If anyone requires assistance using a wall or having a chair nearby, please move yourself to that now. Otherwise, we stand where we are with our arms down into Vinyasa. Taking that first pose, we bring our right foot up off the ground, transferring our weight solely into that left supporting leg, crossing the right foot over that left thigh, and then we sit into our single leg chair. Now that right knee is opening up, we can sit lower and hinge forward slightly. Whether our arms stay reaching forward, sometimes it helps to find heart center instead. Let's keep those shoulder blades pulling down together in the back. Taking a couple of big breaths. Now from here, anyone who needs to take a break can. Otherwise, joining me in coming directly to dancer. We stand up nice and tall, bring our right hand around the inside or outside of our right ankle, and reaching our left arm forward, we start to hinge. Pressing that right foot back against the right hand, noticing that we want to keep hips and shoulders square, lengthening through the front of that right thigh and into that right shoulder. Keeping our crown on top of our head for one more big inhale. Now exhale, we release. Go ahead and fidget out those feet. Encourage blood flow. Take a couple of composing breaths as we establish Tadasana, preparing for our balance poses on now the right supporting leg by extending the left leg, lifting that knee up and across the right thigh with the ankle. And then we sit into our single leg chair when we're ready. Shoulders down, bellies in. I like to flex my foot at a little of active tension as we stretch through that left hip. Feel free to leave the arms out or finding heart center. Notice the sensation through that left hip. And trying to keep our breathing relatively calm and even. Now you can take a break or join me in immediate transition as we stand up, finding dancer, taking inside or outside of ankle with that hand, rolling the knees together, reaching the right arm forward or holding the table or wall. Let's kick that foot back as we slightly hinge forward. There we go. Try to face square if you're able to, maintaining knees within our body frame. Noticing any stretch down that left side of our body. And we'll take one more big inhale. Exhale, release. Go ahead and fidget. Taking ourselves to the very top of our mat, preparing to come down to the floor again. Soft knees, shoulders rolled back into Tadasana. We inhale, reach hands up tall. Exhale, swan dive, hinging from our hips down through forward fold. Now from here, we can soften our knees, stepping back through tabletop or plank pose, and press back all the way in through down dog or child's pose. Pausing here for a moment, checking in with our alignment, the sensation that we're experiencing. And we'll get ready for pigeon. We can take our right foot all the way up to the sky, three-legged dog, and then we kick that foot up towards our left hand, relaxing the knee towards our right hand, and press that left leg back. If you get into it another way, that's okay. We want the right shin parallel with the top of the mat, the left leg parallel with the length of the mat. Keeping shoulders square, we can reach the hands down, find our elbows coming down, or my personal favorite, coming all the way onto the fists. And while we're in pigeon, I want us to really focus on what we're feeling. Noticing that right hip and anything through the outside of that right thigh. And breathing deeply into that area. Slowly, we're going to walk our hands back up and then work our way all the way back into down dog or child's pose, however you need to get there. Always in yoga, we're working on improving our transitions, our coordination, our agility. So working through that each day of our practice, preparing for our pigeon pose with the left leg. We start by lifting the foot off the ground up to the sky in three-legged dog, and then bringing that knee into the chest. The foot comes across to the right hand, the knee to the left hand, and we work that right leg back nice and straight behind us. Working through that spatial awareness, proprioception, noticing where we are in space. We can come down onto hands, elbows, or fists. This time reflecting and really immersing ourselves into the experience with our sensation localizing in that left hip. Calm our breathing to encourage that relaxation response. Couple more breaths. And we'll make our way slowly back in through tabletop or plank into child's pose or down dog. Now this is the last time we're coming into this stretch. Please enjoy it and maybe notice how it's progressed or increased throughout our practice together today. What are we feeling right now? Now let's bring our knees to the ground, sweep our legs out in front, and we'll sit into our butterfly. Taking our time getting into the position, we'll draw the feet together, allow the heels to come in as close as is comfortable for your knees, and then holding our ankles, we sit up so tall. Starting to hinge forward at our hips, leaving our elbows tucked in or using them to prop against our knees, encouraging a little bit more stretch. We'll keep reaching the body forward, and then when there's nowhere left to go, deciding if we'd like to keep our neck long or drop the head, encouraging a bit of a neck response. Slowly rolling ourselves up, helping those knees together, and just sitting comfortably. Whatever that looks like for you. I'm choosing a half lotus position for my comfortable seated position in order to stretch the sides of our necks and into the upper shoulder area. We need to be able to sit upright and tall. As we take the right ear down towards right shoulder, we may choose to extend that left arm as well. Feel free to close your eyes if you take a couple big breaths. And returning through the middle, we'll now take the ear over to the left, and we can press that right arm away if that helps. Noticing any lengthening we might be feeling. Coming up through the middle, go ahead and take a couple of shoulder rolls, and prepare to take yourself all the way down to the floor. We have one final stretch before relaxation. Getting ourselves nice and comfortable as we lay back down here. Preparing for our spinal twist. We'll reach our arms out to the side, Lifting our right knee up about 90 degrees when you're ready. Lowering that leg over to the left and allowing the body to let go. We can look over that right shoulder. Trying to keep both shoulders on the ground. Notice any stretch along that right side of our body. Inhale, lifting the knee up, and we can lower that down with our exhale. Inhale, lifting our left knee. Exhale, lower to the right, and we can look over that left arm. Inhale, lifting the knee up, and exhale, lower. Finding ourselves in a comfortable relaxation pose, whatever that means to you. For most of us, that's Shavasana with legs extended, feet open, arms down by our sides with palms raised towards the ceiling. We relax our shoulders, close our eyes, let go of our abdominal muscles, allowing our belly to rise with every inhale, and allowing the body to completely surrender to the mat with every exhale. Noticing any tension lingering in the face, trying to unfurrow or relax our brow, let go of our jaw, release the tongue from the roof of our mouth, resting on the flat part of our skull with our nose pointing straight up to the sky. Our shoulders are relaxed, and our breathing is coming more slowly now. Enjoying this time that we've set aside for ourselves, taking care of our body, our mind, and our spirit. Slowly, as we take out that last inhale and exhale, we'll start to wiggle through our fingers and our toes. Go ahead and give little rolls through the feet, the ankles, maybe even gathering the knees into the chest as we take that final last big hug. Whether we rock side to side, or wiggle anything that needs wiggling, we can roll all the way over into our baby pose to press ourselves up into our final seated posture. Taking your time as you get up here. Whether your pose is some version of lotus, cross-legged, or if you're sitting in a straight leg position, I want you to be comfortable. Thank you so very much, everyone. I thoroughly enjoyed every part of that class, and I hope you did too. We'll take our hands up above our head to prayer with our inhale, exhaling down through heart center. Namaste. Thanks again, everyone, and I will see you all next week.